Why China's rare earths threat is no game changer in the trade war. China's threat to stop exporting rare earth minerals to the United States may not give Beijing much leverage in the ongoing trade war between the world's two biggest economies. While China is the world's leading producer of rare earth minerals found in a wide range of everyday consumer electronics, Beijing's ability to use them as a weapon is relatively limited, according to several analysts. It remains to be seen how China would structure a ban on rare earth, but some corners of Wall Street say the move wouldn't be a game-changer for Beijing's trade negotiators. As a general premise, we are of the view that the impact on the US would be mild, which is one reason why we are skeptical that Beijing would pull the trigger on this particular threat. Raymond James analysts Ed Mills and Pavel Molchanov said in a research note on Monday. The official newspaper of the Communist Party of China warned last week that Beijing could soon stop exporting rare earth to the US. The threat came ahead of an increase in US tariffs on $200 billion in Chinese goods that went into effect this past weekend. Rare earth is a group of 17 minerals that aren't actually rare but are produced in reasonably limited quantities compared with abundantly mined metals like copper. They have become more critical in recent years because they're increasingly used in high-tech equipment, defense manufacturing, and electric vehicles. China mined 70% of these minerals in 2018, leading some analysts last week to raise questions about the impact to US industries that are reliant on rare earth. But the US accounted for only 9% of global demand for rare earth that goes into the manufacturing process, according to Raymond James. That means the US spent only a modest $160 million in 2018 to import rare earth for manufacturing. The reason is fairly straightforward: the US has only limited manufacturing capacity vis-a-vis the high-tech products that are most commonly associated with rare earth. Consumer electronics, PCs, smartphones, flat-panel TVs, and various industrial goods, electric vehicle batteries, wind turbines, lasers, fiber optics, are simply not produced in the US on the scale that they are in China itself and/or its Asian neighbors. Mills and Molchanov wrote. Wells Fargo Investment Institute said the ban would put US manufacturers that use rare earth in a bind, increasing production costs and even causing product delays. But the firm also said the ban wouldn't necessarily give Beijing a trump card. That's because it's unlikely China would be able to do much more than restrict supplies of rare earth to US manufacturers. We have a hard time seeing how China could slap rare earth restrictions on consumer goods, goods that are produced inside China and are increasingly consumed globally, and not shoot itself in the economic foot in the process. John Laforgue, head of real asset strategy at Wells Fargo Investment Institute, said in a research note last week. The impact could be more significant if Beijing tries to dissuade non-US companies from doing business with US manufacturers that need rare earth, rather than just restricting supplies from China to American factories, Raymond James warned. However, China's past attempts to limit scarce earth supplies have not been very successful, the investment bank noted. When Beijing slashed shipments in 2010, prices for rare earth increased, creating an incentive for other countries to increase production. The measures also destroyed demand, as manufacturers found ways to use fewer rare earth minerals in their products. A complete ban on rare earth exports to the US is not practical because American companies can secure supplies from countries such as Malaysia and Japan, although at much higher costs, an official from the Chinese Society of Rare Earths told Bank of America Merrill Lynch in a conference call. The official noted that 80% of US demand for processed rare earth is for lanthanum and cerium, both of which are oversupplied around the world. To be sure, the effects would be felt more acutely by some industries. Raymond James noted that U.S. oil refineries use rare earth in their plants, and Bank of America Merrill Lynch said it expects the automotive sector to be most affected. Thanks for watching.